Hello everyone, this is Nels Gig, and today we're kicking off with a new series, the Conjurathon. And what's the Conjurathon? The Conjurathon is yours truly sat down and watch the entire Conjuring movie franchise, all the Conjuring movies, in not in one sitting. It will be brutal, it will be horrifying, in various sittings during various days. And today we're starting to do Conjurathon, a big review, and not a review exactly, me telling you my ideas about the Conjuring movies. See, I was always impressed by the Conjuring verse because it's the other successful cinematic universe apart from the MCU, and I really want to see how they did succeed that. I had watched some of the movies, so I was curious because I could see what they were doing. They were following a recipe, and I would try to see what were the tropes, what were they doing in the other movies, or is the nun as bad as they say? Spoiler it is. And to do that, instead of talking about all the movies from a video, I'm going to bring it up in 2 or 3, maybe 4 videos, I'm not sure. On the first video, we're talking about the original gangsters, The Conjuring. Steve Wan is a great director. I was not much of a fan for his Saw movies. I thought they were, how can I say it? I thought that the Saw movies were overrated. They were well directed, but didn't much like the idea of a mastermind serial killer setting traps, and they were getting so impossible to think of that was getting ludicrous after the second one, I think. So when I heard he had another movie out there called Insidious, I went out, I watched it, and I really liked it. What I loved about Insidious was the fact that it had no cheap jump scares. It was a good occult horror movie. It had its jump scare. It was a jump scare driven movie, but it had no cheap scares. Everything was there for a reason. And then I watched the Conjuring movie and it was amazing. The Conjuring, for those who are not aware, is based on Ed and Lauren Warren's books. They were real-life demonologists. They gained a lot of fame with the Amityville horror case, which the Conjuring movies does not remake. They work on other books from the Warrens, and all the movies are based on true facts, allegedly. The main idea behind the Conjuring movie is that we have a couple of demonologists that try to examine if a family of people that move to a new house are possessed, or if they're haunted. And they work with the Catholic Church, who may or may not send an exorcist to help them. The movie starts with the couple acquiring a doll, Annabelle, which is another character in the Conjuring verse. Well, not exactly character, but it's one very popular monster in the Conjuring verse. And there are 3 movies about Annabelle. And then they're sent to the house when you have this in the 70s. We're in the 70s, and we have this family moving in a new house. And it's a very typical horror story from a haunted house story. They have 5 kids. They run around hunting, and they're spooked by stuff. They discover a cellar that's unused, and there are lots of creepy stuff down there. And children see shapes at night. The family dog is afraid to go into the house, and then the dog gets killed. And we have all those very silly tropes that we haven't seen in haunted house movies. And while the cynical me would say that that's awful, it's so very well directed. The beats are very standard in The Conjuring. You have lots of character building moments, which is great because it makes you care for some of the characters, not all of them, but the characters feel real. The direction takes the time to introduce you to them and also to show you who they are, create some stakes. There is some exposition scenes, which are always nice to have because you're there for the scares, not for the story. And then you have setups, building suspense for the big scare scene, and then you have the jump scares. And the beats are very typical, but what James Wan does amazingly well is that he knows what his audience is there for. He's a crowd pleaser. He knows every beat, and he shifts those beats around, so well, you know it's happening, you know it's coming, you can expect each and every scare. They work because they're very well timed. No scene lasts more or less than needed, and those I would call he uses sort of syncopation on those beats, meaning that they don't always come at the time you could expect them to come, or they shift around. You have some character building scenes, and then tension, and then more character building, some exposition, and then you get a jump scare or something. I'm just making stuff up right now, so ignore me if it doesn't happen exactly like I say, but there is a great sense of rhythm that makes this movie work. Everything is going forward pretty well, and it's a fun movie. Actually, even though the Conjuring movie is scary, it has good scares. It's a very feel-good movie. It's clean, wholesome fun. There is way too little gore, no nudity, no sex, no swearing, I think. It's a very clean movie, but it's scary, which is a paradox, but it's fun. I like my horror movies nastier, to be honest, but I know I enjoyed it. The Conjuring 2, we are in the late 70s. We have some allusion to the Amityville horror incident in the beginning, and that's where Lorraine Warren, who is a psychic, sees a scary nun walking around. And then we have the Warrens going to London, where there's another haunting. There is a house that is given to a poor family by the city council, and they find out that it's haunted by an old man living there, and lots of creepy stuff happen. This movie takes its time to go there. There is a nice social element to the horror, because the family is too poor to move away, and the council won't give them a house. Actually, part of the investigation by the Warrens is if they're doing a fraud in order to get another house, and that's fun. There's a lot of character building in there. Plot is a little convoluted because we have way too many monsters, but I really like the monster in this one. I think it was a great villain, the nun. I thought it was a great idea how it was used. It was a great opponent for the Warrens, and it made so much sense in the end. It was really creepy, really good movie too. So yes, what makes the Conjuring movies successful is the director, in my opinion. James Wan really knows what he's doing. I mean, he did an Aquaman movie that didn't suck, and that's quite a feat, to be honest. He's a very crowd-pleasing director. He knows what the audience wants and gives it in spades. He has a great idea on rhythm, and he can take a convoluted script and makes it enjoyable simply by focusing on the rhythm, throwing all the correct scenes to the audience so they can enjoy. It's not highbrow entertainment, it's not breaking any rules, it's not subverting expectations, to be honest, but he is using tropes and twists them around well enough so the movies feel fresh and enjoyable. So The Conjuring, both Conjuring 1 and 2 are great movies for me. The next video of the Conjurathon, we're going to do Annabelle's, at least Annabelle 1 and 2. So press the like and subscribe button, and the video will be with you very soon. Have fun!